I don't know if it's just me that's noticing this, but has anybody else picked up on the fact that every time Marvel announces a video game, it's followed by a lot of confusion and then they have to make clarifications and statements? Ultimate Alliance 3 is the third one, but it's not really a sequel to the first two. But it is, but it's not. Okay? Miles Morales is not Spider-Man 2, but it's not an expansion, but it is a sequel. But okay? You're not required to play it, but you should, but it is a sequel. Marvel's Avengers is a standalone experience, but we want you to play multiplayer. Guardians of the Galaxy is a game about the team of the Guardians coming together, and you play as them, except you only play as Star-Lord. What? I really don't know what it is with Marvel games, but they always seem to miss the mark when making an announcement in regards to a video game, and always there's confusion, even during interviews or, post discussions by people talking about the games. We saw this, a lot with Miles Morales, specifically with IGN. Even though they're experts over there and it's their jobs, they were so confused as to what exactly Miles Morales was, and they had to issue a statement on it, and it was just a giant mess. And people constantly get Marvel games confused with what they're pitching. Maybe it's their PR department and they're terrible at messaging and getting that message across, or it's deliberate to cause confusion and hurt sales. I don't know. Look, it could be anything. But of course, they did reveal, well, yes, it's single player only, and you play only as Star-Lord. Okay. But in those same interviews, they say, we're excited for you all to experience the Guardians of the Galaxy story, and to see all the Guardians, and to see how the Guardians play and interact and work with one another. So many people are in the same comments to some of these statements and what's being said during live streams and post E3 shows going, so what? Because if you look at some of the stuff they're saying, it seems like that they're saying, well, okay, we want you to experience what it's like to be the Guardians of the Galaxy. That would imply that I can play as Drax the Destroyer. Except I can't, because we know that the game is single player and only from Star-Lord's point of view. So let's just get down to what is actually fact, because again, there's so much confusion here. The game is single player only. No multiplayer, no co-op. You only play as Star-Lord. You will not be playing as any other member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You will not be controlling any other member. Everything, every decision, every line of dialogue, everything you do is made from Star-Lord's point of view. If there is an interview that seems like they're talking about experiencing what it's like to be the Guardians of the Galaxy as a team, they mean that you're experiencing it as the team, but you yourself are only Star-Lord. Again, this isn't like Marvel's Avengers or anything like that, where you can jump around and there can be other characters or anything like that. You will only be Star-Lord in this. Now, we could sit here and argue all day whether that's a good or bad decision. I personally think it's a bad and dumb decision, but that's the decision they went with. Still, very optimistic about this game. More optimistic than I was ever with Avengers.